What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Real. I'm your host, BG, with my lovely co-host, Miss Maddie Cruz. How you doing today, girl?
Hey, good. Ready and excited for this topic. Hot topic.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Link around then. And then we're going to have you guys come and ask us whatever questions. Tell us your stories about things that happened to you in the past or recent, whichever. And we're just going to talk about it. So how you feel about that?
I'm excited. I love story time.
Yeah, story time's good. So kick us off. What do you think, it's one of those times you went through in your life where just out of the blue, something happened and you're like, really, why me? How is this happening?
For example, this is happened just barely yesterday. I got up, me and my husband were getting up, getting ready to, to go out and everything. And my husband went to turn on his truck. And apparently somebody stole his Cadillac, what is it called?
Cadillac converter.
Yes. So when we turned on the truck was making this horrible ass noise and nobody knew what happened. And the day before that, it was running good. Everything was good. But like I said, when you're staying in a motel, you expect anything and everything. But the day, we woke up good. Ain't nothing was going wrong until we just turned the motherfucking truck and it was a wrap. We called the cops. The cops took 4 hours to get here. Can you believe that?
Wow.
4 hours. And apparently if it's not a large emergency like that, they're not gonna come in for your rescue. You gotta be dying practically for them to do something. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was something that just bad happened to me yesterday. Just yesterday. What about you? Yeah.
Well, if you want to know something recent, I just got a new car. BIRDGANG got a new car. We needed two cars in our situation. You know what I'm saying? So we went and got a Cadillac CTS. Come to find out, this guy, when he posted the car, he was like, runs great, has some high mileage on there, but it ran great. You could drive this anywhere. They just replaced the transmission. Everything was just great, about this car, one owner, when you went and looked at the car, it was all nice, clean, and I was like, okay, well, yeah, so I went ahead and bought the car. Sure enough, 5 days later, we find out that the transmission starts slipping. You know,
Oh wow.
then that stoplights in the middle of the road. Transmission won't go into any gear at all. We're like, hey man, you told us that this car was great. We shouldn't have to, be dealing with this right now. He's like, it is as is, as is. And you know how they get. It's as is. You bought the car. We don't know what happened. We don't know what you're doing with it. I'm like, really? Like you gonna play me? It's been 5 days. I can understand if it's been a month, 2 months. Even then, if you replace the transmission, it shouldn't be going out. You know what I'm saying? But man, it got up to like freaking 5 days, and I just got mad. I was like, well, I gotta drive the car. We need the car. So let's go take it to the auto shop. So I went to an auto shop. Amco, which is pretty reputable. They have a lot of shops. They have great parts at the auto parts store. And I'm like, hey, man, my transmission's messed up. He's like, yeah, it sounds like, leave it here with me. It sounds like, your transmission might be going out, and I'll check it out, let you know. Drop it off on Thursday. He's like, you're going to need a new transmission. He goes, the things that's going wrong in your transmission is like the computer part of it and this other part of it, the pulley that goes to the lever. He goes, both of those are just like X marks, it's done. You need a whole new transmission. You need to get in there. I'm like, man, that sucks. Go ahead and pay for the transmission. Like, all right, let's get it going on. Go ahead and start the work, pay for it. So it was supposed to be done that Friday and maybe the next Monday, right? So I'm sitting at home. We're chilling at home on a Sunday. And we're like, man, I get a telephone call. And it's the guy at Amco. I'm like, oh, my car's done early, I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm like, yes, we get to go get the car. He calls me. He goes, there's no easy way to tell you this, but your car's been stolen.
Oh my God.
I have five cars. I have 5 cars on the lot, all stolen. They came in through the back. I'm like, what about the cameras? Oh, they turned up the cameras. This guy made it seem like it was some James Bond, professional, job. And I know where we live at. I know where the shop's at. It wasn't no James Bond stuff, but he was just like, yeah, your car got stolen. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I just got the car and I was kind of worried about it in the first place. So, we just put it on liability. We didn't do the full coverage thing, so I was like, man, what does that mean? Like, you guys are a big shop. You guys going to be paying for my car or something, He goes, we don't have full details. Let me get back to you in the next day or two. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. He goes, just a police report. Go file your police report with the people, and get it all in there so they can add it to the case. So I was like, all right. So I go down police report, file the police report. And the next day, that morning, in my inbox, some random dude was like, hey, you got Cadillac CTS? And I was like, yeah. Like, what's up? And he was just like, well, I got it. And I'm like, what the heck? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to challenge me? Is this a manhood type stuff? No, I got it. I'm like, all right, well, let me call the sheriffs so I can, let them get down there, get the fingerprints, and do all the stuff they need to do for the car. And I knew it wasn't going to be, I was going to end up finding it because the car wouldn't go more than 4 miles without, something bad happening to the transmission. You end up stuck there. So they just picked the wrong car. So I called the sheriff. They're like, okay, we're going to get someone out there. I'm like, well, he goes, I am the cops. And I'm like, what do you mean you're the cops? He goes, I'm the cop. I'm officer, blah, 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 for Birmingham Police Department. You going to come get your car or what? Because I'd rather you come pick it up than they get towed away. I'm like, all right. Well, okay, now that I know you're a cop, I'm going to go ahead and go down there. Went down to the car. The window was smashed out. You had wires coming from underneath the hood. Underneath the steering wheel, where they threw the brick the first time on the driver's side, made a big old dent, right above the door, trying to hit the window. It didn't break. And You know, I was like, man, glass everywhere. It smelled horrible. I don't know what they were doing in the car. It smelled horrible. So
Damn.
I have him call. The guy's like, well, I'm gonna call the sheriff and see if they can come down. You know, fix your car. Yeah, I mean, not fix your car, but fingerprint your car. I'm like, yeah, you know, that probably would be a good idea. We looked inside. There was like 4 sets of keys. So all the keys that they stole, they like left them in the car. And then the sheriff ended up not coming down. They're like, you can take your car. I called the place so they can come tow it off and get it back to the shop so they can fix it. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well, you know, you guys gonna pay for my, you know, damages. You know, I got broken windows. You know, you guys had my car, broken windows, some wires. I don't even know what's going on with. You know, the car stinks. It smells like crap, and all this other stuff. And next thing you know, he was like, "Well, our insurance don't cover that." You know, he said, "So long as we had our insurance or your keys inside of the building and it was locked up, then you know they're not liable for what happens after that." You know, that's what theft is, and that's for your insurance. I go, man, I have liability.
Sometimes I feel like the insurance gank you. Instead of helping you, they gank you.
Yeah, they do. They do. And I was like, really? What do you mean? Like, you had my car. He goes, in the state of Alabama, you know, these are the rules we go by. These are the rules we go by for our insurance. And I'm like, what? That's crazy, man. Like, I gave your car one way. You're going to tell me you're fixing it, but you're giving me back the car another way? That's some BS, you know what I'm saying? That's some major BS. And you're like, yeah, well, let's see what we can do. Once the car's fixed, I have you come down, and then we'll see what we can do for you. And then, sure enough, when I got down there, the only thing they did for me was semi clean out the car. It still smelled. They put a brand new window where it got busted
But
out.
what was the smell? Like what?
I don't know. It was raining, so maybe water, maybe like mildew water. You know, water that's been sitting for a while in the car. I
Yeah.
don't know. It just was horrible. Like it was so bad. The kids didn't even want to get inside the car. But yeah, man,
Maybe
it's
there was a dead body in there. You don't
yeah.
even.
They done did something in that car or something. But he's like, yeah, man, that's just sorry. That's all we can do, and I'll give you $200 off your job. I'm like, a job that's supposed to be $2,700 ended up being like 28 to 50 or something. So when he broke it down, it was still like 27. I'm like, man, that ain't no discount. What are you talking about? This is the price you told me on the phone. So how am I getting hooked up here? You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm sorry. So end of the story is like, it can happen to you. I guess I'm blessed enough to know that we got our car back, you know, because without insurance, full coverage, that we would have been just out of a car, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't have the full coverage where they have to replace your car. So, you know, I guess that's a good plus that we got, but I ended up still with a dent in the side of my door, you know, um, that I can't get fixed unless I fix it myself. So, one of them things
Damn.
that you don't want to go through. So, if you got a car in Alabama, make sure you get full coverage, you know, because they're not going to help you if anything happens, you know. And that's the first time my car ever in life been stolen. I've never had a car stolen, so it was really crazy in that sense as well.
Oh wow. That's a
Yeah,
headache.
yeah, big
I'm
headache.
pretty sure that was a headache. Waste
So
of money, waste of energy, waste of time, waste of everything.
yeah, so you know you gotta watch out with some of these people. I think they do things on purpose. You know what I'm saying? They got the system set up on purpose where they come out winners and you come out the loser. I'm like, cause I
Yeah.
thought I lost big in that one. You know, I thought I would pay one price, had to pay extra 3 grand. I didn't think I'd have to pay out of the blue. You know, it was
Mhm.
horrible. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Wow.
things do
Well,
happen.
I'm gonna introduce you to my new baby. This is what I got yesterday. What is it?
Oh, wow. Boy or
Yes.
girl?
That was the only good thing about yesterday. This is the only thing I'll come good. Where is the camera? Right here. See?
And is that a boy or girl?
It's a girl. Her name is Diabla.
Diabla?
Yes.
And what does that stand for?
Devil, but a girl female.
Is it devil?
Devil, but in Spanish is Diablo, but she's a girl, so we call her Diabla. Like demon.
Right? That's tight.
Yeah.
That's tight. Does she have blue eyes? I didn't see. Does she have the different
No, she just has them black.
black eyes?
I have another one. His name is a dragon, and he's like all white, baby blue eyes and everything. That one is a little bit older. You know, I think he's one. Yeah, so we got him his little girl. You know, so in
You know, made them make some money.
yes,
Make some
yes,
money.
for sure, for
I,
sure.
my pit bull right now, she's pregnant. And the bad thing about that too is like she done got so big that like my porch will have steps to come on my porch, and I lay out blankets for her to lay down. She got her water, her food. I baby my dogs. They're like kids to me. When they ask how kids, I add
A
them.
dog, an animal is always like another baby, another person. You gotta take him to the vet. You gotta do all this extra crazy stuff. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Another crazy story that happened to me was for Christmas. I think it was last Christmas. For me and my daughter, we were gonna get some teacup poodles.
Mm-hmm.
So we were all excited and everything else, and they end up having parvo, and we didn't
Wow.
even know they had parvo. Yeah, we didn't even know they had parvo. So we thought the oldest one, because they were from the same person. So the older one was like, he was like a teacup, and the other one was no, the older one was a toy poodle, and the other one was a teacup, and they were from the same owner. And they started getting diarrhea, throwing up, gagging, all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So we thought it was just because they were probably sick. So we took him to the vet. But the fucked up thing is that the time that we took him to the vet, it was the holiday, so a lot of vets were closed.
Mm-hmm.
So we really had time to take him anywhere else. So not only the one got sick, we had to put him down. So we didn't even have 24 hours with the dog. It
Wow.
cost us, it cost us like $4,000 for each one.
Whoa.
Yeah. So we call up this dude and tell him, hey, what's up? This is what happening. My dog has parvo. Is sick. Give us our money back. We had to put him down. Shit, we were still wasting money for the vet and everything else because we took him to the emergency room, and he just ghosted us. He just
What?
ghosted us. Yeah, and we lost two puppies in less than a week.
Wow.
And that was for Christmas. So you see how our Christmas went to hell. It was really bad.
Yeah, people are shady, man. It's like when people spend money on things, it's your responsibility to give them what you paid for. I remember I had when my pit bulls, I had this one pit bull. She was like a blue nose, but she was kind of reddish.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
she
yeah.
was a blue nose, and she ended up getting pregnant from one of my other blue nose, and then for some
Mm,
reason she
mm.
kept hiding underneath the deck, and that wasn't really like her. You know what I'm saying? Usually she's out. She's running around with the guys. Doing that. At one point, I had 11 pit bulls. I had 4 acres. I had 11
You're
pit bulls.
into pit bulls, huh?
Yeah, I love my blue nose pits, man. I love them. And one day, man, like she kept hiding under the deck. I'm like, what's going on? Why you hiding under the deck? Like get out of here. Because in order to get to where she was at, you would have to literally lift up your deck, like pull up all your deck, the wood and stuff on the deck. And I'm like, stop
Yeah.
going there because I knew she was having babies. I knew it was gonna come soon. But see, dogs have senses. They know when something's not right. They know when things aren't right. Because sure enough, man, it was
And
like
trust me, a pet feels so bad, like has worse as if somebody like closer to you died.
yeah,
You go to a depression that is crazy that you don't believe like a dog or animal will hurt you that bad, because
yeah.
everybody thinks an animal is just an animal, but you get attached to them. You
Oh
know what
hell,
I mean? So yeah, I was
right,
like, "Ooh, don't ever get me another dog. I'm good.
right.
I'm good with that."
So the next day, I go outside. I call her name. I'm calling my dogs up so they can eat and they can drink, and I give them little doggy vitamins or whatnot. And sure enough, I hear her underneath the deck. I'm like, "Why'd you go underneath there?" And I hear like one or two puppy sounds. Like, "Arr, arr, arr, arr." Oh, she's having her babies underneath the deck. That sucks, man. But the reason why she did it was it came come to find out, like all the puppies had parvo. She had parvo, and like they were just dropping left and right, like from the first day to the second day. I had to like pull up my deck to get down to her, and last you know that all of them died. The mama, all the puppies
Yeah.
died within 24 hours. It was crazy. I was like, what's
Yeah,
going
parvo
on?
parvo is really serious. I don't know if it's a disease or what is it, but it's a serious situation. If you don't take care of it right away, that's why. It's because the thing is that when you buy dogs from random breeders, you
Mhm.
think that they already have the shots, or the deworming, right? So a lot of people like lie to you, and it's not really what it is. A lot of people think that they're taken care of, and then a week later, 2 3 days later, they start getting sick, they start getting diarrhea. Like, for example, our dog, their poop, well, it was black. And then not only that, my little tip cup one was pooping like worms, tick worms,
Mhm.
that's how you call it. Yeah,
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 yeah, man.
it was going worse to worse.
He said, "What is the topic? Today's just topics of bad things that happen to you, and just out of the blue, randomly, Grand. When
Yeah.
something bad, just story time with Mary Cruz and BG. We're just having talks about things that happen in our lives. We're about to be dropping the links, so if you guys have any stories that are you guys can relate to or whatnot, go ahead and come on here and talk about it. Or if you guys want to ask us any questions about our about us, so
Like, look, for example, Ready Red, he said, I bought a white German Shepherd and she caught parvo in a week later. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
The parvo thing doesn't pop that right away. It takes a minute, especially if the dogs are exposed to another dogs and they don't have the shots or the deworming situation. They get parvo quickly, and when you notice it, it's too late, and you have to put them down, or you have to wait for them to die. But the thing is that you don't want to see them suffer, so what do? You put them down.
yeah, facts.
Yeah,
And then
and
like I would have never had that many dogs. My first dog, it's weird that we're talking about dogs still because it's just one of those moments that happen again. Like my dog, I moved from the city to out in the country. Wine country. I lived in Central California. It was
Mhm.
wine country. I moved out there where people were doctors or lawyers or real estate people. You know what I'm saying? Like they're or they had their own winery, so they had like grapevines and all that stuff. So I ended up moving out there. Once I bought my dispensary, and the people in the area didn't like me being there. Because I was black and I was the only black, bringing my only black family there. I had pit bulls with me. What I'm saying, I had two pit bulls at that time. And that first pit bull would have been the only those would have been the only two pit bulls I've ever had my whole life until they died. But
Mhm.
the one that I had before I had my first kid, his name was Blue, man. Yeah, if you guys follow me on any social medias, whenever that anniversary time comes up, his picture pop back up. I reshare it with
Mhm.
everybody because that was my main guy. Like he was there for my kids. He was like another
Mhm.
human, what I'm saying? Like he sat up on the couch and what I'm saying? Like he was my number one dog. So pretty, ripped, short, stocky, just everything I wanted in a dog. And we moved out here, but like we have 4 acres and it was all gated. And I thought that, it was all gated good, like when you see it gated, you don't think I'm gonna go walk the whole perimeter and find out if there's any holes. So he got out like a couple of times. I'm like, okay, I need to fix this, so I went and got the cattle, electric fence. So like you put it on your fence, you wrap it around, so whenever the dogs go in there, they get shocked. But I had someone come over my house, and see, my house was on top of a hill. So when you got to my gate, you had to open up the gate, drive up this long windy hill to get to my actual house. You know what I'm saying? Um, and the dogs will always go down there. You can from the house you can see the gate, but it's kind of far away. You can see it, and then sure enough, I guess someone came over and just left the gate open. And I didn't notice it when they left. They left it open when they left because it was at night when they left my house, and then they took off. I'm thinking everything's fine. The next morning I get up and I look down, and like you see the gate not closed all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, wait a minute. And then I call him up. Hey, did you close my gate all the way? I got these dogs, man. They're gonna get out of there. And he's like, yeah, I closed it. I closed it. And I went down there, and it was closed. It's just like when someone don't do it all the way, it's not tight. They just closed it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like so there was enough space for him to squeeze himself out of. And sure enough, he squeezed himself out of there, and he was gone. It took about like a week and a half to figure this out. But every day I'll go out there and put papers up. Have you seen my dog? Have you seen my dog? All over the place, the neighborhood, and someone kept taking them down. They go down like a day later and they take down my papers. I'm like, what's going on? Why are people taking down my papers? I'm looking for my dog. I go put them back up again. They come back and take it down. So it got about a week, and I'm just getting heated. Like, why are these people taking down my pictures? You know what I'm saying? I see other pictures, little things from their pets or whatnot, up there, and like, why do they keep taking down mine? But I guess the person's wife, because around the corner, like probably about a mile away from my house, there's a little turnout that everybody goes and dumps their like, big stuff that don't go in the trash can. You know what I'm saying? Just big stuff to, they want to get rid of. The city comes by and picks it up. If you got old furniture, old whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I get this call from this lady, and she's just like, are you missing a dog? I'm like, yes, I've been looking for my dog, man. It's been like over a week, I'm stressing out, And she goes, I think we found it. Me and my husband went over, to the little area she's talking about, and we went to go dump our ice because we got back from the lake, and there was a dog over there, And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I really think this lady's husband did it, and she felt bad, and she kept taking down things because she felt bad about the situation, and she wanted to come out and tell me. Because man, like that whole week, I was going up and down this road with my gun, like, hey, who got my dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, going crazy, knocking people's door with your gun now. Like, what's going on with my dog? You know what I'm saying? I just moved over here, whatever, things. I know you guys don't like pit bulls around here, but that's my dog, and I need my dog back, whatever. And then, sure enough, we
It's
went
not
down.
that I don't like pit bulls. It's not a lot of people don't like pit bulls. It's just that pit bulls, they has a myth that pit bulls turn to their owners. But I think it's how you raise them and how you
Yeah.
treat them. If you're too aggressive with them, they're eventually gonna turn on you when you are disciplining them. They're gonna turn on you and they're gonna try to bite you and attack you.
Well, people don't realize is pit bulls are the most loyal dogs, and they're less
No,
aggressive.
not like a husky. I'm into
They're
more
less
husky.
aggressive against humans. Cause I trust me, I had plenty of pit bulls, man, and I have them around my babies. Like I'll lay my baby inside, like my girls when my girl's laying there, lay it right there in my girl's arm, and she just lick
But a
on it.
husky is a grandmama dog. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but most of the
Those are
food,
like really protected. They come in a pack. So it's like if you bring them into your home, they believe you're part of their pack and they will protect you like that. They're
yeah,
really loyal.
yeah, they are. But most of the scarier dogs that everybody think are scary are the most loyal dogs. And the smaller ones that everybody think is cute, those are more aggressive against humans. Those dogs that we're talking about, like the huskies, the pit bulls, they're way more aggressive against animals than they are against, people.
Because they're wild dogs.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like that's what you got to worry about. My dogs went through and killed the whole chicken farm, and then they cornered one of my neighbor's horses in the corner, and like they had their shotgun out about to shoot my dog, and I was like, hey, don't shoot my dog. What the heck going on here? Like, get your dogs. He killed all my chickens. I was like, oh
Mhm.
man, dang. I had to buy the guy a whole bunch of new chickens. But yeah. Long story short, what the other story is, we found my dog. Someone shot him in his mouth, his nozzle. Shot him 2 times in the butt. They just were scared of him. They shot him up and just threw his body over there, man. It was cold. It was a cold day. It was a hard day to deal with.
Nah,
But
but when it comes to my horrible day, that day, like I said yesterday, when we woke up and everything to go to the swap meet and everything, the good outcoming of the whole situation was my little new puppy. So yeah, it went left, but it turned out to be good.
yeah, they got pulled over by the cops. And lied said he was speeding. Like I was only doing 46. Crazy, man. Yeah. The cops will get you, man. You gotta watch out with these people.
The
You know.
cops will stop you for anything, especially like me that we have out of states plates. We got to be super fucking careful because the cops, just because of that, they would just want to be a little, and just stop you and be like, let me see your license, your registration, even if
Mm,
you're not doing nothing wrong.
yeah. Facts. You see, I never that's why I was tripping off the whole stolen car thing. Like I never really had real problems with the cops. Like I can't lie, for instance, like driving wise, I've had my share of driving on suspended licenses or when I was younger, I got a couple of DUIs when I was younger. But they're all self-inflicted, like I could have not got pulled over that day. There may be one or two of them that were just like something random happened on your car, like your lights don't work anymore, and it's nighttime or something like that that got me pulled over in the first part. But it's all about to me how you carry yourself, like how you carry yourself. You know, what kind of car you have matters big time. Like whenever I go out and pick cars, I try not to get the cars that are more, attractive to the cops. You know what it is. People like them baller cars, but some of them baller cars get you pulled over quick. You know what I'm saying? Just because you have.
What is another story that you can tell us that got you like, damn, you weren't expecting that and it just went left?
Another story would be probably okay. Okay. So listen, I was on probation, right? You do your color code, you drug test, depending on what color you have, you drug test different times of the week, and so I was doing my monthlies, it getting time to like I've been doing it for a year, and I'm almost off of it. It's time for me to get off the program, stop paying these guys my money. I spent a lot of money dealing with this, and so I go in and take a drug test, and I'm gonna tell you the whole story how I seen it from my view. It was like I went this morning, and like for that morning, it was like weird that there wasn't other people in there to drug test. It's just this one dude that looks like he was on drugs there, and it's just me and this one dude there to drug test for the day. We go drug test, I'm in there, I'm peeing in the cup, whatnot, and the guy does something weird. He's just like every time I've been before, it's just like you hear him say, pass or fail. You know what I'm saying? Throw the cup away. But this time,
Mhm.
I don't hear him say nothing, and I'm sitting there like, oh, that's weird. I'm like, all right. And I go back out. I'm sitting in the lobby like 10, 15 minutes. I got to go to work. So I'm like stressing out, like, hey, you going to tell me what? Can I go? Can I not go? And then next thing you know, man, I walk around to the other guy that was there standing in front of the window waiting for his information. And the guy's sitting there playing on his phone, doing some other stuff. Not even recognize that we're both sitting in this front of this window waiting for our results or if we can go or not. And the lady goes, "Hey, have you tested already?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just waiting for the results, see if I can go." And she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, once you leave your samples, you can go ahead and go." And I'm like, "All right, well, all right. That's weird because it's the first time in a whole year that I've done it this way, but okay." I leave. I'm thinking, okay, cool. I think I had like two more tests left, and I'm all completely off of everything. And I'm sitting here, and they say no. It got about 4 days later. After they had the results of the test, I get a letter in the mail, and it was like, "Hey, man, you failed your drug test. Your judge has the results. You can dispute it by coming in, paying like $35, and having it sent off to the lab, and they can retest it for you." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, keep reading, and it was like, "Yeah, you had narcotics," and I knew damn well I didn't have no narcotics. Like I've been clean trying to get off this. I'm like, "Whoa, I don't have nothing in my system. You're tripping." So I'm waiting Monday. Monday morning, I call him, but hey, something happened. I think a guy mixed up drug tests, or he did something crazy. He must have messed up my sample because I have never done any of this. I don't even know what that is. And the word, I didn't even know what it was. I was like, I didn't know what this is, but I definitely didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get off. Why would I even mess this up for myself? And he's like, well, the samples are what they are. There's no mix up. It is what it is. I'm like, no, there has to have been a mess up. I'm like, not to be rude, but there was a guy that looked like a drug addict that was sitting there in a room with me too. So maybe he got both of our samples mixed up when he was giving the results because he was sitting there playing on his phone. So they're like,
Mhm.
no, 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 Mr. Peterson, that's not possible. He go, what you can do is you can pay $35, come in, pay $35, they send it off to another lab. I go, listen, I'm not paying no money when I know for a fact I didn't do that. Like I'm not paying money. Obviously something's wrong. So you can send the same sample away, and it says the same thing, and I'm out of money and I'm still in trouble. And he's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I go, well, I need to talk to somebody else. So they go, well, we can give you the head lab, person's number, and you can maybe talk to them about, their text or whatnot. So I go, yeah, I want the lab number right now. And I'm pretty sure most people don't do that. But for me, it's like I was almost off. I'm really serious about my stuff. I know I didn't mess up. Call the lab person. I'm like, I'm sorry, miss, but something happened. Your tech messed up because it has me saying I'm negative for, it was an opiate that I never even took. It was like something like Suboxone or something. Like, I never took that, ever. So I don't even know what that is. And they were like, well, that is an opiate. But just to let you know, we had you're not the only one. There's a couple more people that call, but we had a whole supply of cups that tested negative for narcotics. I'm like, what do you mean you had a whole supply of cups that tested negative for narcotics? You know, like how do you get narcotics inside of a drug testing cup? You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that even possible? You know, so you're telling me, you know, if I didn't call today, you know, if I was dumb, I didn't call today. Like most people are not gonna take it that extra step. They're gonna call their, you know, PO officer. They're gonna call their, you know, person in charge. You know, after they tell them no, they're just gonna drop it. You know, or pay the $35 and you still get a negative test. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. And I go, she goes, so don't worry, I'm gonna go over and check out your sample, and I'll let them know that you know your test was part of that, you know, situation of cup. And I was just like, well, yeah, you better, you know, because I'm not paying nothing. I'm not getting, you know, more time because you got to realize if you get violated, that's a whole nother like 6 months to 9 months of being on the program. That's 30, that's like $60, $70 a month you're giving out to these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you having a drug test and live your life under the way that you want to, you know what I'm saying, for another 9 months. And it's possibly going to jail because it's violation of your agreement, you know, for probation. And so, in a story, like they cleared it all up for me. You know, they realized that it was messed up. I was just thinking, like, how many other people that didn't take it that far are sitting in jail cells, you know, that are paying an extra 6 to 9 months for fees and fines and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Having to live this, you know, restricted life for a lot longer that they didn't tell nobody about. You know, like that's crazy that you can say that you had a batch of cups. Like, what's a batch? Is that, you know, I imagine a cup box come like thousands, you know, a couple of hundred to thousands. So you're saying you had a whole one of those full
Mhm.
of dirty tests, but that's just like crazy how the system can really get you, you know. And if you don't, if you're not firm, you know, I just knew for a fact I didn't take it, so that's the reason why I was so adamant. Like, hey,
Mhm.
you know, you got to figure this out. We're gonna have to figure this out together because you know I didn't take this, so we need to, you know, figure out. Do I need to get my lawyer, you know, to get my lawyer back in here so he can handle it for me, or you know, are we gonna figure this out right now? Because that's you know, most people don't have that. Most people don't even think to take it that next step. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that's crazy how many people can be getting violated, and you know, by the system, you know, violating them and you know, putting them on longer classes. Sometimes you even have to restart the whole program. The program like $600, you know, once a week or twice a week, if, depending on what level you're on, you know, to go in and have to take classes and while you're still paying and drug testing, and that's just a lot of extra money that people probably are dishing out.
That's so true. That's really, really true.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you know what it is, you know, you have to either go the straight line. But another crazy story that I had happened to me now that you're talking about, you know, weed. Yeah. You know, I don't know, have you ever tried the edibles?
Oh yeah. Trust me, I know how.
I mean, what do you think about that? Do you like it or you don't like it? But I'm gonna tell you why I like it, but then I don't like it. You know what I mean? Because if you know that when you smoke weed, you know you get the munchies, right?
Uh-huh.
So when you get the munchies, what are you gonna do? Eat, right?
Yep.
So this is a story. Um, Somebody made me a cake, an edible cake, right?
Uh-huh.
So when they made the edible cake, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a slice. You know, I mean, you know, what? Why not? And it was the first time me trying edibles.
Mm-hmm.
So they cut me a cake, a slice. My bad, a slice, and it was all good. I was feeling it because it hit you more harder, right? When you eat an
Yeah.
edible.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm over here eating it, enjoying it, feeling the high, you know, feeling good and shit. And I don't know, I started feeling the munchies.
Mm-hmm.
So I put the rest of the cake in the fridge. So I was like, okay, you know, there's nothing to eat. What I'm gonna eat? So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go get another slice.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I fucking finished the whole cake.
Whoa.
That passed me out. And when it passed me out, I woke up all numb. I didn't even know what the fuck. I
You
was
ate the
all
whole
numb.
cake?
Yeah, because I was getting munchies plus munchies plus munchies. So I wanted it, you know, there was nothing to eat. So I wanted to take the munchies away from me. So what I did, I got another slice. I got another slice. What
Oh
I
my
didn't even
god.
notice.
Oh,
Yeah, and I woke up all fucking swollen with the munchies and like numb, and I didn't even know why was that. And I was in my own apartment, and I was like, what the hell? And since that day, I was like, you know what? I'm cool with the edibles. I take it straight from the blunt, from the, you know. I don't
yeah.
do edibles no more. And yesterday we went to the swap meet, and there was this girl selling some candies. Like the rainbow ones. That is like a whole string of rainbow. She was
Mhm.
selling that, and it was a Sour Patch or something like that. It's called.
No,
And then she's like, "Yeah, we're selling this. Do you want to get him?" And it was pretty cheap too because it was at the swap meet. I didn't even know they sell edibles at the swap meet, but I guess they had them right
yeah,
there.
that's for everything at swap meets.
Yeah, you find anything and everything. Trust me. So I was like, okay, cool, and I was like, nah, I ain't buying this shit, because I know I might fucking end up eating the whole bag, because that's how what Munchies does. It hooks you up, and edibles is food, it's candy. So what are you gonna do? Keep eating it. So I'm cool with the edibles.
You just can't overtake edible. Like, trust me. Like I told you, I in California, for 5, 6 years, I owned like one of the best dispensaries in California. I grew weed since I was like 19, 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like for a long time, I grew and learned how to grow, and I made edibles. We used to make coffee edible, teas, lotions, pizza, oatmeal, whatever you want. Like we made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything you could think of,
Everything and anything.
everything and anything. 'Cause there's a way to get it inside there. And it was like we got to the point where I could never really take my edibles. My edibles. I had a guy, I just delivered to. He's one of my patients, man, and he was like the king of edibles. Like
Oh my god.
he would go buy like 20, 30 edibles at one time, and he had to sit there while we're talking. While I'm showing him the new stuff, he'd just be like, okay, give me that, give me that, give me two of those, two of those, two of those, two of those. So as you're doing it, he's sitting there talking to you, he just starts eating them. Just start eating them. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, whoa, dude, like, stop it, calm down, like, you're gonna get fucked up. And he was like,
Because you
no,
don't feel it. It's kind of like if it's a creeper. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You don't
yeah,
feel it, but when you feel it, you're already done.
yeah, it's a wrap. And but for him, no, he was just a guy like he always ate like you know 10 of my edibles in a row, like, and was just like never was really that high. And I was like, whoa. So he made me step up my game. Like I started, I was making wax. I was making, all kind of like moon rocks and all that stuff. So I was like, man, this guy's really like challenging me on my edible skills. Like
Like
everybody else,
saying,
all my
ain't
normal
shit,
patients,
I'm feeling it. It's
they
wax.
buy it, they love it, they get high. I eat one, I love it, I get high. But he's always like, no, I'm not getting high, man. And I watch him eat it. And he was one of my friends, so I usually go to him like when I had like a little break in my day where I don't have to worry about having to rush a new pit client. You know what I'm saying? Rush a new client. So I chill out with him. And we'd be sitting there for like hours smoking weed, and he just ate like 10 of them. And I'd be like, what? So I started putting wax in my edibles. So now I used to make some strong concentrates, you know what I'm saying? Like some strong pure wax. And you know what? We're dropping a whole 3 grams, in each batch of butter we make now because, that was good butter. But like this guy's really pissing me off. Like the fact that he doesn't get high off my stuff really irritates me. So we dropped like another extra 3 grams of each little dosage, man. And now, man, this one cookie I made, it was one of them what do you call them? Like lime cookies, and like it was like a sample size one, so it was like only like that big, like a really small sample size. The regular cookies are like that big, but this was a sample size, and I just finished. They just got done right before we start eating. We eat dinner, I'm like, what, for dessert, I'm just gonna eat a cookie. Like let's see what it tastes like, let's see how it is. Let's just see what's going on with that, man. And I ate that cookie, man. I'm chilling in a bed,
It got you fucked up.
we're watching movies, right? And of course I smoke too. So like I'm already kind of high already, watching movies. I like watching movies when I'm high. So, I'm watching movies, and next thing you know, like the first stage of it kicks in. It's like boom. I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Cause it came in hard, you know what I'm saying? It came in rushing in, like boom. And I was like, whoa, man, like crazy. Like I didn't even eat that much. This is like a small piece of cookie. Like I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't eat a whole cookie. You know, I ate like a small little, you know, when you're running out of dough, the last little bit you just throw it on in to bake it. That's what I ate, and I started getting high, and I was like, oh man, like I don't like this. Like 'cause I don't mind being really high, but like when I'm ready to go to bed, I want to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm too high, I can't go to sleep. You know, I get paranoid. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They're
and like,
watching me.
and then you know, once you start panicking, your blood's pumping faster. So when your blood, you know, you start panicking, and your blood's
I
pumping
just think
faster.
it's not even about that. It's how you handle it. If you think too much of it, if you just don't kick back and chill, if you're thinking too much, oh my God, I'm high. Oh shit, they're coming for me. Like, yeah, but if you just chill the fuck down, and just relax and feel it, fuck.
Man, no, there's no relax on this mode because like that was just the beginning. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna ride this out. When it goes down a little bit, I'll just go to sleep then. I was watching the movie, but then like 20 minutes later, it kicked in again. Boom, and like hit hard. I'm like, what's going on? It's just not supposed to go harder than what it already is. So now I'm getting a little nervous. I'm like,
Hmm.
hey, I don't feel right, because I smoked a lot of weed, but it's like edibles for me is just a whole nother level. I'm like, I don't feel right. This is too strong for me. Like, watch out for me tonight. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for me tonight. And I know you can't die from weed, but I'll
Well,
still.
I'm gonna tell you another story too. When you know how I teach Zumba, you know what I mean, and us like girls, we like to like put like ponytails, change our looks. So I had this ponytail on, and I was dancing, and my motherfucking ponytail flew out of my hair while I was teaching the class. I was like, oh my God, no, please. I want the earth to eat me right now. For real, that shit was funny, and people were looking at it. I just picked that shit up, fucking clip it back on there, like nothing happened.
That's what you
Keep it
gotta do. You gotta keep
professional.
going. You gotta keep going, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys got any stories, you guys want to share with us, you guys want to ask us any questions, we got about 20 more minutes. We go ahead and drop the link inside the chat for you guys. So, on any platform, we are streaming on Miss Mary Cruz's channel. We are streaming on BIRDGANG 31 channel. And we're also streaming on BGN Entertainment. We're on Twitter. And we're also on Facebook. So, any one of those platforms, you just got the link. If you want to come in, talk to Miss Mary Cruz and BG, come holla at us. You know what I'm saying? This show's for you guys too. You can ask us anything. Tell us a story
Tell us
that you
your crazy stories. We want to hear
crazy
your crazy
story.
stories.
Salute to you, Jinx. Jinx, you got a story for us? Come tell us about your little, police situation, Jinx.
But yeah, you know,
It's crazy. Life's crazy in general, like all this stuff happens. It's just weird. You're like, why does it happen to me right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, out of all the times, one thing that I noticed too. Have you ever tried to like really save money? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, okay, I'm saving money. I like to spend money because I love to spend money. I'm probably worse than a chick when it comes to spending money. I love nice stuff. I
I don't
love.
want to put nobody in the spot, but I know what you're talking about. They were telling you, oh, we're gonna save today $300. That's gonna be in the saves. Then you go over there shopping, and those $300, oh, transfer the money to the check-ins because I'm gonna buy this. I'm like,
Right?
what happened to savings? You know. Next check is gonna be big. We can save it for next check. You
Yes.
know, yeah, and that never stops. And you're then at the end of the weekend. At the end of the weekend, your balance is zero.
Right.
Shit, and and then you'll be complaining where the money went to. You forget that you went crazy. You forget that you were transferring all this money. Yeah.
See, what I do is I'll get take the first couple because I work at a restaurant, so I make good money every day. When you work at a restaurant, you make the money that day.
You get
My
tips, right?
yeah, my tips. I don't really worry about my check. My check is like whatever. I might pay a bill or something, but my tips is where I make all my money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So,
wow.
I might go in that day and pull out 150, 200, like on a Wednesday or something like that.
What are
Slower.
you? You cook? You waitress? What do you do?
Well, I'm managing. And I'm a server, a waiter. you
Oh,
know.
that's
And
good.
I do bar too. I do
So
whatever
what
it
is
needs.
the max that you have take home? The max.
And a shift and one shift, I'll say the max I've taken on was like 360.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You know, I work downtown Birmingham, so it's right across the street from the stadium. You know, you got all kind of big hotels. So when people are traveling, the BJCC, the big arena where all the concerts and stuff are. So like my restaurant's like always packed. You know, jumping. You know,
Mm.
and the whole USFL's there. So they're the hotel right next door to us. They all live there. All the Fox people, the ESPN people. You know, everybody, the teams, their families, everything, coaches, all of them stay there. So we get to see a lot of them throughout the weekend, man. Just the location itself. I've been there for 6 years for that one reason. You know, it's pretty lax. You ain't got to worry about getting super dressed up. You know, you got your work shirt on, wear whatever pants, stuff you want. So it's been kind of cool. Like, I like it. You know, my real thing, though, is like you can work the day shifts and make
Mm.
more money than most night shifts at good restaurants in the daytime. And I like having to be able to
What
do
is it? A
that.
sport
Sports bar.
restaurant?
Yeah, sports
Okay.
bar. It's like a burger spot, but we have other stuff. We have
So you're
burgers.
like those Hooter
Uh,
girls. You get that much tip?
huh?
You're like the Hooter girls. You get that much tip,
Yeah. Right? You know,
and
I've been
without
wearing my
sharing,
medium
and
shirts.
without showing
I've been
some
wearing my
breast.
medium shirts in there. You know what I'm saying? So the old ladies be, oh, look at that boy with his muscles. Oh yeah, go ahead and throw it on there. Throw me a little extra. A little extra. Can I touch him? Yeah, go touch it. You know,
Oh
like
my
what?
god. Oh hell no.
It's good. It's a good little spot, man. Like I said, and so, but like I'll save up like throughout a week, and then at the end of the week,
There's a comment right here. There's a comment right here that's saying, "Shit, have your heart beating too fast." They're still talking about the edibles.
hell yeah, that's true, man.
And not only they get your heart beating fast, you start panicking and you start thinking too much and you start feeling like some type of way. You know what I mean? It's not just only like beating. You start getting anxious.
Yeah,
And yeah,
but that's
trust
what I'm
me.
talking about. That's
But
what
that's
makes
a
the
good
blood
shit
pump
though.
faster.
That's when you actually like smoking the real good shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's when you get the what is it called? The adrenaline on you.
yeah.
You
That's
feeling
because,
weird, but you
but
liking
that's
it
you
too.
don't
So
realize if you do that, even that anxiety, if you like buy into it, that makes you get higher. You know, because your blood's pumping, it's
what do
going through your
you?
system. Like that's different from edible. Edible, like when you smoke it, it goes through your lungs, it filters. You know what I'm saying? Like you get high off of that. When you're edible, it's in your bloodstream. Like you can't get that out. Like it's in there, and once it's in there, it's in there.
Because
You
it
just
goes
got
straight
to
to your
time.
stomach. It's I think it's true because when you do an edible, it goes straight to your stomach. When you smoke it, it takes a minute to get to your lungs, no?
Well, it
And
goes to your lungs. Like depends how you're smoking, I guess. But if it goes to your lungs, like I don't really mess too much with the blunts and all that stuff. Like I'm more health conscious when it comes to smoking. I try to smoke out of like bongs or glass pieces, something like that that keeps it clean where your water filtering the smoke and all that good stuff before it actually gets down into your lungs. So,
yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but yeah, uh, that's like, and then the problem is people do that because they don't listen to the person they buy the edibles from, for one, and for two, you're overeating. You know what I'm saying? Like you're overeating too much. You know what I'm saying? Because you think you're a big smoker. I can smoke whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. Give me that thing. I'll eat it. You don't
But I
know
have
how.
a question for that. What's the point of you smoke? Like, when you feel high already, right? And then
Mhm.
you keep smoking and you keep smoking. What's the point of it? You ain't gonna get more higher than that. You know
You
what I mean?
can get more higher.
It's all gonna do. It's gonna make you pass out. That's all it's gonna do. It's not gonna make you higher. Like once you high, that I don't think you get
Oh,
higher
you can
than
get
that.
higher. There's always a
No,
high.
you're just gonna pass out, and that's a waste of fucking feeling and waste of weed.
That's true too. That's true too. And that's why I
Hey,
tell people like,
but we can save this for another topic that it can be about talking about edibles and weed because
yeah,
this is a good ass topic, and I don't want to kill it right now because whew,
but for real. But that's what I was saying back to what I said. You just gotta take the dosage. Like I'll tell people when you get my cookie, I had 6 foot, five guys that say they smoke all day. Eat it one cookie. I'm like, I can eat that cookie.
the bigger they are, the little their stomach is.
I'm like, eat half of that cookie. I'm telling you, like, 'cause nowadays, ever since I
You
got,
heard me?
all my stuff is strong. You
You
know,
heard me?
huh?
I said you heard me.
Yeah, you
Because you
big.
said you have dude 6 feet, right?
Yeah,
Foot. I was like, the bigger they add, the smaller their stomach is.
right. No, well, hell no, that dude had big ass stomach too. Like,
Oh my god.
but and he ate a lot too, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I can handle it." I go, "Just eat half of it, man, for real." Like I knew that batch was good, and I just eat half of it. He's like, "No, man, don't tell me what to eat. I'm grown. I can eat it." He ate one cookie, and like 40 minutes later, he was out for like 8 hours on my couch, just
Oh
like
wow.
out, like
That's what
drooling, like
I'm saying. That's what I'm
horrible
talking
out.
about.
You
That's what
know?
I'm talking about. What's the point when you're already feeling high? You know what I mean? Keep getting high and higher and higher. And then you're just gonna pass out and you're not even gonna feel it. You're not even gonna enjoy your highness. You know what I mean? You're just gonna pass out and go to sleep and wake up. And then what? You're gonna hit the blunt again?
I will tell you though, when you wake up from passing out, you feel like you slept for 8 days. You know what I'm saying? You wake up so refreshed. Like whenever I do that, I eat an edible and I get real high, and I'll be up for a while because I can handle it. But then I'll pass out and go to sleep. When I wake up, man, I feel like super refreshed. Like, oh, let's go do something today. Like I can
Hell
go
no,
work
I
out.
feel
I can do
lazy.
whatever.
The next day
Let's
I feel
go.
lazy. Like, nah, I just wanna fucking hit the blunt and go back to sleep and just chill back. That's why I just do it, when you go to sleep. Like that's only to relax you to go to sleep good, comfortable. You
Well,
don't
that's
have to
just it.
overdo
Like
it.
people gotta realize there's different weeds for everything. Like like that's one
There's
thing.
weed for the head and for the
Yeah,
body, right? It's a
when I
different
when I
thing.
started my dispensary, I mostly don't. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, hey, it's a legal way for me to sell weed. This is awesome. You know what I'm saying? When I first started, but after being in there that first year, you start finding people really need this for different reasons. They look for
Mhm.
certain kinds for to do certain things to them for certain reasons.
And
And
to
then
tell you the truth, out here in Washington, we didn't know, but it's actually legal. There's dispensaries, you can just go get it. And I mean, hey, I'm just waiting to get
yeah.
mine.
So like for me, like when I was in Cali and I got to choose like how I wanted to, you have a sativa when you first wake up. If you want to get that energy, get going, you take that sativa bong load in the morning. You feel good, you feel up, but you're still high. Midday you want a hybrid, and at nighttime you want the indica, to make you go to sleep. But I never really liked indica too much. I don't like the down feeling. Like I don't want to be down.
Yeah.
I want to be up and
Why?
be able to do things. So like I'm more of a sativa guy. But like I said, if I need to go to sleep or I just want to chill out at nighttime, I'll do like a sativa hybrid. You know what I'm saying? Something that's going to keep you, where you get that kick of an indica where you want to go to sleep, but the sativa keeps you up so you don't go to sleep, keep you animated, keep you going.
Wow. Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on everybody, what makes them feel good. But tell me
Yep.
another crazy story about going bad.
Another story of something going bad. Whew. So many stories. Like, trying to think of ones that I can think of the whole situation. I can tell you a story that went growing up in the hood in South
Like, for
Central.
example, have you ever experienced this situation when you have, like, for example, for me, last time I went to the store and I had so many groceries in my hands and I guess the keys fell in one of the grocery bags and I closed the trunk and the keys got stuck in there? Oh my gosh. I had to call my husband to go pick up and figure out a way to open the door
Mm-hmm.
because my keys were in one of the bags. So he had to dig into the back seat. He had to break, kind of like not break, but go through the front door window
Uh-huh.
and try to unlock it and then crawl to the back to crawl to the trunk and then figure out where the keys is at to unlock it with the little thing.
Wow.
Uh
I've done that before. I've definitely locked my car keys in. Okay, here's one that's kind of made me like. Okay, so my first kid, she's 12 right now. So during the time we had her, you know, I was working a lot. You know what I'm saying? I was always at work. We had two cars, so like, my girl at the time, she'd take the kids, do the kids stuff, doctor's appointment. I'll just always be working. So like, and then we'd just go do things together. So one of these days we go to Walmart, and I had to go to the
you
bank.
forgot her at the store.
Check this out. I go to the bank, and the Walmart and the bank's in the same parking lot. So I drop her off with the kid, to go inside the store, and I was like, "Don't worry, I'll bring her in, because I want to spend more time with her. Whenever you get a chance to spend extra time with your kid, that was my first kid. I was already like, 30 years old, like, like, woo, this is awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, I finally got my kid, and so I go to the bank. I leave the car on. I just go walk right there to the ATM, drop the money in. I go back to park at Walmart. I park at Walmart as normal, you know what I'm saying? Walk into Walmart, go find her. Hey, what's up? Where's the baby at? I'm like,
Mm.
I left the baby in the car. Like, I was like,
In the
whoa,
car?
what the heck? I was tripping. New father, worst father of the year moment, and I had to go run. I went crazy, like running out the store, running back to the car. I cracked the window so it wasn't like it was hot in there, but still, like, that was like, whoa,
Oh my God.
can't be doing that. But,
But
that's,
why is it? Because you're not the first one that I hear that happens to them. I have heard people that they forget them at the store, they forget them at the car. How you gonna forget your kid? I don't understand. That's the
I
first
think
thing
it
that you're
probably
gonna make
happens
sure
more
you're
the
right
first
next
time
to you, holding your hand.
because usually the girl usually have the kids majority of the time, and the guy's usually working a lot, and it's no excuse because I felt so bad when I did it, but it's just one of them things where, like, especially if
You're
it's
like,
your
don't tell
first kid,
mom, don't tell mom.
you're not used to having to go take the baby in and outside the car. You know what I'm saying? Going to stores, doing this and that with them. But they are. So they had never. Moms don't ever forget. In terms of that. You ain't heard no mom. Leave their kid inside it. But but the guys, I think it's just more of us. Just like just not used to it being part of our daily routine. And that day was definitely one of them times for me. I left her in there. I felt so bad, but I ran out there like it was only like for 10 minutes. By the time it
Just a minute, okay. Nah, there's some people that they drive home, and when they're looking for the kids in the back seat, like they're not even there, and they have to drive back all the way to the store.
wow, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know. That'd been bad to do all that. That long.
man,
That
I heard it came in the news of a dad that took his kids. He normally takes the kids to the daycare,
uh
and I guess he was gonna go to his job. He left the kids apparently in the car while he went to work, and the kids died in the back seat because
wow.
he didn't remember that the kids were in the back of the car for 8 hours.
Yeah, I've heard of some kids dying from heat exhaustion. 'Cause they
Yeah.
leave the windows up and they stuck in there. Yeah, that's horrible. That's definitely horrible. Yeah, I like it. I don't think I ever would make something that big of a deal, like 8 hours. But like for the
It's just
kids,
2 hours, 2 minutes. You're like, it's just the max 2 minutes.
10 minutes, what I'm saying? Ain't no harm, no foul. I went and found them. I found them. But, now I got, 7, 8 kids, like 7 kids. So it's like,
Now you're
you,
counting them. Where's number one? Where's number two?
I'm a professional, what I'm saying, at it now. I'm like, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Okay. Where's your brother? Where's your brother? Yeah. Don't leave without him.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, yeah,
older kids to help me with the younger ones. Like, you don't get back in that car unless you know your brother's in there too.
yeah. That's so true.
you know,
Oh my
help
gosh,
me help you. But
that's
yeah.
true.
But you got another story. We just hit over the hour mark. Shout out to everybody still in there. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe to all channels. You know what I'm saying? We're grinding. We're trying to get this show to be, one of the most popular shows on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to really get out there, connect with you guys. Make sure we have shows that you guys can enjoy while we also have informative and entertaining shows as well. Sometimes we're going to come out and talk about our life, just so you guys can get a glimpse of our life. And then other times we're going to have people on, spotlighting them. And the other times, we're going to mix it up, keep it fresh. So make sure you guys tune in and stay tuned.
Exactly. What's another story you can share with us that had happened to you? Especially dudes always have stories that, especially when they're out there in the streets, there's always something crazy happening to them at the gas station, at work. What can
I've,
you tell us?
I've broken off a gas pump handle before.
Oh my gosh, how?
Being too high, like
Here
so
we
high
go.
that day, man. you know, and I was driving like, you know, I had a dispensary, a mobile dispensary, so I had to drive, you know, I'll be driving like 4 or 5 towns away. Like I would drive all over the place, like the whole Central California was just like I was all around there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, from Santa Maria to Paso Robles to San Miguel to Orchid, you know what I'm saying, to Los Osos, you know what I'm saying, like all over the map, going back and forth. And this one time, man, like I just left my buddy's house, and this is right when I first learned how to make like wax and stuff. And I was really mad at him because he didn't tell me what it was, the feeling was. It, you know what I'm saying, when you take it. You know, I sold it, but I didn't ever take it because I was like, no,
Never
that's
tasted.
it's not weed, so I don't need to mess with it. But like
But
he
a lot of
showed,
people think, because a lot of people that are used to smoking weed, there's a lot of people that they're like, okay, I need something stronger, because a lot of times a lot of people don't get the highness that they want with the weed, so they go to the next step, that is the wax, and they don't know that that's really the deal if you really want to get out of your
yeah,
mind.
that's blast off mode. You know, like he made some for me, and I was like, learn how to make it. And he's like, you gotta try it if you're gonna, you know, you're gonna be giving it out there. I'm like, all right, man. I go, but I got a lot of deliveries left, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't, you know, give me the littlest piece. You know, I don't want to be tripping out or nothing, man. He's like, no, this is good for you. I'm gonna give you a beginner's hit. And I don't even know what a beginner hit is. So I'm like, all right, whatever a beginner hit is. And then he takes it, scoops it. Man, I had just ate an apple too. I hit that so hard. He's like, whoa, you hit it too hard. I'm like, well, you know. And I had it in. I blew it out, man. Oh my god! Like
But how are you choking?
I was choking my ass off. I coughed up the apple on the floor. I was like, sorry, but what? Not sorry. You know, I told you, you know, I never did this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I never took a dab before ever. And I'm like, oh. But then, like, the
You were
worst
tripping.
part about it was I couldn't drive nowhere. You know, I was like, dude, I am way too fucking high to go anywhere now. You know, I told you, you look at my phone's just blowing up. Delivery, 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 delivery. Like, I can't even go to none of these guys right now. I'm too high. Like, I go, is that even weed? Are you laced it or something? Like, is this, you know, did
You
you,
put some other shit in it.
you know, are you tricking me? Cause this, I never been this high. I never felt like this before. Like, and it was like way crazy. And like, so like I ended up staying there for like an hour and a half. And I had to call my people like, hey, you know, I'm gonna be late. I got mad deliveries.
Do you think the weed hits you different when you are at home or in the streets? I think you get more paranoid when you do it in the streets than when you're at home. Because at home you're just chilling, you know what I mean? You're just kicking back. But when you're in the street, like practically, you start like feeling like paranoid,
Everybody's watching me. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Is something
yeah.
in my face? Is this something now? I only get paranoid
I'm
like
melting.
when I try new stuff. Like when I first tried wax, when I first tried, you know, moon rocks, or when I first started smoking, you know. But now it's like too many years to the point where I don't really get paranoid anymore. I don't even care anymore. Like, yeah, I go out there. If I look high, then I'm sorry. You know, like it is what it is. Like, you know when you're going somewhere important, you don't want to look high, so you won't be high then. But other than that, man, hey, fuck it. It's my prerogative. But anyway, so yeah, we went to the gas station, and I realized that I was driving so much that I was out of gas. And I went to the gas station, I went and paid, and I left the pump in. You know how you leave the pump in and fill up your car, and then you went and sit down in your car to chill out. Well, that's what I did. I was sitting in my car waiting for it to finish, and like something clicked. It like did the click in my ear would like click, and I knew that the gas was done. You know, so I'm like, all right, cool. But I think I was like playing on my phone or something, and then I knew I was supposed to take it out, but for some reason, like you know how you get distracted for a second, you think you already did,
Yeah.
and I thought I already did it, and I was like, oh okay, yeah, see you later. I'll meet you there. I hung up the phone, and I just turned on the car and took off, and the handle was still stuck in my gas tank and ripped it off. I was like, oh
You luckily that shit didn't explode, because normally that it makes it explode, right?
no, like even people say like don't smoke near a gas or make it explode. That's all rumors. Like I talked to the guys that put the gas in. Like it would have to get down underneath the ground, like inside the big tank. You know, your ash, your cigarette. It had to be something
Yeah.
lit on fire. Like that's just like it's just prevention because anything can happen. You never know the pressure that day where you have maybe like one out of a million chance it can happen and it happens that day. But yeah, for the most part, that's not. It just broke
Well, now
off.
you know that you should not be smoking when you're driving. You should not be even smoking when you're out there. You're a danger
Best
for the
time.
society.
That's the best time. You gotta drive all over the place. You know how it is driving on the beach. You're from over there. You know what it's like driving the Highway 1. You know what I'm saying? Going from like Osos to Morro Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like hitting that back coast. That's a nice, beautiful drive. And what's more better when you're high, just chilling and driving and thinking about money and you know
That's the problem. You're thinking too much instead of paying attention to the road.
you don't have to pay attention to the roads for a straight shot. You just driving, but it's like a good
Mhm.
40-minute drive. Like I love driving. I've driven from California to Alabama like 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 times, maybe 4. And I love the drive. They're like, why don't you fly? I go, I just love meeting new people, seeing new things,
Yeah.
trying, foods, stopping at new places, checking out like I
To
want
tell
to
you
see
the
something.
truth, into I went to the East Coast. That's the first time that I tasted a Waffle House.
Oh yeah.
And I have never, because you in Cali, they don't really have them.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. So I knew I
Exactly. And when I went out there to the East Coast, I tasted it. That shit is bomb.
it's bomb at nighttime when you got out of the club or something like that. Like I tried. I
Now
guess
over
that's
here in California, what we do when we get out of the club, we hit Jack in the Box or Denny's. That's what we
yeah.
do out
Denny's was
here.
always growing up in California. Denny's was always the spot. Jack and Crack. We used to call it Jack and the Crack back in there. Jack and the Crack and
Mhm.
Denny's definitely. Cause Denny's like the place you go to. That'd be like the only place after you get out the club like 4 o'clock in the morning. Denny's is open. You go raid that. All your friends raid it. You can all sit
Yeah,
together, being all
yeah,
messed up. Go to the parking lot, get messed up some more, and go inside and finish eating. Yeah, that was the good old days.
yeah. Have you
How is
ever?
elementary school for a brother? Hey man, I'm at an age where everywhere I live is awesome, because I make it awesome. I can live anywhere and it'd be awesome, because I'm not going to live in like the worst areas of the place. So, I'm established enough to make sure I don't live in like the ghettos. I came up in the ghettos, and when I left South Central LA, I said never no more. Never no more. I'm not, my family, my kids will never deal with that. That upbringing. I survived it, but when I lived there, I didn't even think I was gonna make it past 18. But here in Alabama, man, it's cheaper, man. Like, I got a great deal on the house. I got like $130,000 house here, 3 bedroom in a nice area, and I only paid $2,500 for it. You just had to wait the time. You know, you wait like 3 years before you get the deed and stuff to it. But hey, man, it can't be no better than that. Now I only pay taxes once a year. 600-700 bucks a year. And
Mhm.
I don't have that the burden of having to pay mortgage or having to pay monthly freaking rent. Those are your biggest. Most people that's the biggest part of their income every month is goes to rent or goes to like where they live at. And I just I decided I want to eliminate it. So, and that's probably what kept me from moving back to California. Because I like California overall is a better place.
Yeah, but everybody knows that California is expensive. Apparently, to everybody, I don't think it's expensive. I think it's good, nice
Well,
views.
it is expensive if you don't know how to make money. Like, but it teaches you how to make money. Like I learned all my money making skills in California from all my friends. Like I say, I paid $2,000 a month for that. That place I had. And I would when I first moved there, I couldn't even afford it. But I knew if I can get a harvest off, if I can make it to the end of the season, I'll be great. I'll be able to afford this place for the rest of as long as I want to live there.
But there's nothing like Cali, no matter what.
Yeah, I'm Calabamian, so I'll say that. But like I said, I've been in New York, I've been like Texas, Arizona, Oklahoma, Arkansas, like all these places, and like they're all the same. You know what I'm saying? Like you got your ghetto areas, you got your richy areas, you got your in the middle areas, your middle class areas, and like and you got your city life or you got your country life. They might not have as many things, but you still got something there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a matter of where you live, where you're able to get your place, and where you want to stay at. So, my experience is like it's all what you make it. You can live in the best place in Cali and still it can still suck. I remember when I was going to college. I lived in Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara was the most expensive place in California at the time.
Yep,
I had to share the
and it
studio
still
with
is.
share a studio with my buddy, and like we paid $1,000 each a month for this
But
studio.
also, if you don't live where you're from, you're never gonna see what's out there. And there's even better
Exactly.
stuff out there, you know, like for example, Ready Red, he's like, I'm thinking about leaving Texas, but I'm nervous about it. So, like I said, if you don't try it, you don't know what's waiting for you out there. There's nothing to be nervous. Nervous gets the best of you and it
Yeah,
holds you down. It holds
fear
you back.
fear holds you back from everything. And I would
Yeah.
recommend to everybody, I told this goes back to like when I was little, and I used to tell people having a career is lame, buying a house is lame. But why you want to live in one place for that long?
I'm
You know,
telling you because
all
also when
these
I
awesome
never try to live,
places.
yeah, I never try to leave Santa Maria and everything else because I was scared. Oh shit, what's out there? You know, like big cities is more crazier. Not really. I moved from Santa Maria to Las Vegas and I loved it. I couldn't even see myself out of there no more. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
Like I
see
said,
people
fear holds
that
you back.
never moved. I got cousins in LA that still live in the hood that never moved from there. Yes, they're in the system, so like they have all these kids, and then they make their money, they do your thing, but it keeps them comfortable. But they're not living a bad life; they're not like living a great life. But it's like, dude, like it's not the point of life. Like you should be able to make money anywhere. You should be able to meet new people
Make it
everywhere.
anywhere.
Yeah, and ever since I
And
did
if
that, like
also if you don't get out of there, you're not gonna grow.
you're not
You
gonna
know what
learn
I
it.
mean? You're just gonna be living like everybody else that stays there. You know, and you don't know if out there is waiting for something better for you, something that's
Uh huh.
gonna make you grow like what you're waiting
You
for.
are your
It's
environment. Is what I always
a
tell you.
different environment. And
You're the
sometimes you need
people
a different
you hang out with.
environment to be able to make it and to be or to have better stuff.
Yeah, and
If you're so long in the same town or in the same city and you see that you're not doing nothing or even getting nothing proactive and you live in the same thing over and over and it's a routine, then it's time for you to move on
yeah,
and look
and like
something else somewhere else.
you get stuck in the same patterns in life, the same everything in life. Like you need to move out, see new things, meet new people, learn new ways to live. You know what I'm saying? If I was that same dude, like if you met me, when I was 15 years old, like that guy and this guy are two different guys. And that guy still is in the closet in my head. You know what I'm saying? When I need to come out and just bring him out, he can come out for me. But you know, I consider myself multicultural now because I always tried to move somewhere new, check someone out. Everybody knows I never lived. This is the longest I've lived in the same state,
Yeah.
or same area, and
And that's what it is. Like when you're
years,
not
man.
used to, yeah. And when
And
you're
it's
not used to getting out of the place that you are from, then when you get out of there, you're not used to being in one spot. Now you want to be moving around. You want to like
exactly.
discover different things because that happens to me too. Like we're here 6 months, 6 months we're somewhere else. We're in Florida, Georgia, all over the place, New Mexico, because once I'm staying in one spot for a minute, I'm like, nah, I want to leave. The only place that I'll see myself, because if you don't search around, you will not know. Or it's not that you belong there, but you will feel comfortable. Like I feel comfortable in Las Vegas, Some people
Uh-huh.
feel comfortable in other places. If you don't go around, you're not gonna know where's your comfort zone, where you want to live and make your life.
Yeah. And I always say like they don't teach you how to just do things for you. You know what I'm saying? Like go places for you. Like you can go to different areas that might be more like for me after Alabama. Would I go back to California? Yeah, one day. But
Just to visit.
I'd rather go like to Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? I'm an Eagles content creator. Why not move to Philadelphia? Be there where the fans are, where the players are. You can run into them, interview them, and like the whole
Yeah.
experience. That's a whole game changer. Just being able to move all the like the East Coast different from the West Coast, different from the South, different from the North, different from the you know what I'm saying? Like all areas are different. So
Yeah.
I think he made this big world for us to sit in one area, the whole time and just meet those people and understand those people. He made this big thing because we're supposed to be out there socializing with people. Everybody became such individuals. It's become like so bad to meet new people. It's like you're supposed to. That's what you're here for. You're here to socialize, learn from each other, teach each other, and grow as a person, as a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why people get caught up in a lot of situations that they're in because they don't ever change. They're still around the same people, the same things, doing the same things they did when they were younger, and they wonder why, life is still treating them the same way. It's like their life's not treating you that way. You're treating
Trust
yourself.
me.
Every year, I always tell you, everybody has every year. If you're working, you get a tax return. Especially if you got kids, you get a nicer tax return. That is your time because that's what I used to do when I wasn't like balling, and I'm not even balling right now. But even then, it's like when I wasn't balling before I had the dispensary and stuff, I would just wait every tax return. So every tax return I do, I get like $2,000 $3,000, and I go find somewhere else to move to. That's enough money to move you in somewhere. From there, you just gotta go get a job, and start getting ready to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? Have a little money left over and start getting ready to pay bills, and go check it out, man. Like it's a whole world out there, and people don't know it. They don't even think about going to go check it out. Well, meeting new people, like just ways of life. There's so many different cultures out there. So many types of food. And that you don't get a chance to eat where you're at. Like you said, there's no Waffle House in California. It's just like there's no what's that one? In and Out. In California, In and Out. There's no In and Out in the South. You know, you've been
There
in
is In and Out out there. I seen a couple In and Outs out there.
where?
When we went to Florida, there was an In and Out.
I think Florida just had In and Out not that long ago. They are one actually. I think that they
Like
got it.
there's only
It's
well,
only
I
like
only
I
seen
remember
one.
saying it's only
So
like 10 states they got In and Out. It's just like how we had Carl's Jr. in California. Well, in the South it's called Jack. It's called what's that place? Hardee's. It has the same star, same types of food. You know what I'm saying? Like the same everything.
yeah, like see, Ready Ed, he's like
Oh, they got one there
In
in
and
Dallas.
Out is in Dallas, but not the same as Cali. No, there's nothing like Cali.
Yeah.
We gotta represent, Shit, ain't nothing. The woman, the food, that
Right. But
there's nothing but like Cali love.
anything that gets drama side, like if it's only usually in one area, like for a long time it was only in California. So you gotta know it's spreading out to other places. It's probably not gonna be the same. Like Hardee's is not the same as Carl's Jr. here. They have similar burgers, similar names and stuff, but it's not the same. Jack's and Jack in the Box is not the same. Like I got food poisoning twice from Jack's, but I used to love Jack in the Box. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they
Yeah.
everything's always a downgrade. That's what I hate about when you get older. Because stuff you used to love when you're younger, if you try to eat it again now, it's not the same anymore because they got cheap. They've been famous. They
Mhm.
don't make their money now. It's like they're cutting ingredients. They're cutting things like
Have
switching
you
out.
ever worked in a fast food restaurant before?
Yeah, I used to work at I worked at Burger King before when I was like right out of high school. And yeah, that was one of the worst jobs ever. I didn't even eat Burger King for a long time after that either. It's just
I
because
noticed that when people work in like in a certain job, they don't like to eat from there, huh?
yeah, Subway. I don't like Subway because I used to work at Quiznos. When Quiznos first got famous in Santa Barbara, um, I I used to eat Subway before that, but then like it was toasted bread and it was
What
nice.
is the crazy story that you can tell us about working in a fast food restaurant that you have seen
Uh, Someone drop your food and put it back on a grill and put it and still serve it to somebody.
and giving it to you?
hmm That's probably the nastiest thing I've seen, for sure. I've seen people sneezing and you know coughing and stuff around food before. Um, yeah, but that's
Going to
really,
the bathroom, not washing
or
their
like
hands.
they have their gloves on, they go clean up an area, but then it gets busy, so they jump on the line. They still have the gloves on. I'm like, whoa, what just
Trust
happened?
me, I heard a story about they used to be working Wendy's, and
You were that
it was
Wendy's?
no, I never worked in Wendy's, but there was this person that worked in Wendy's, and they said that her brother used to work there. And her brother, like, he said that he would come and tell her stories. And he would say, "Yeah, well, I scratched my ass and I still flip burgers, Like,
Oh,
yeah." And I was like, I never even tried Wendy's. I think once, but I don't even like it. I'm really picky when it comes to food. Like, I don't like fast food restaurants like that,
yeah.
because I know crazy shit goes like that.
I'll do a fast food when I got to, but not very often. I'd rather egg cook or eat at home first, or go somewhere nice. I know, like and even at nice places, I've worked at nice places and seen some nasty stuff happen. Like I worked at fancy restaurants before, and it's the same stuff happens. People are people. It's like some people
Mhm.
are not nasty, where they drop your food or something spills or in there or something like that. They're gonna throw it away like normal people should, but watch your food. I always tell people watch your food, but don't watch your food because if you're not looking for it, you don't notice it. 9 times out of 10, it's a mental thing. You won't even know what happened. but watch your
How are
food.
you gonna wash your food? You don't even know. You're just gonna eat that. There's no
Yeah,
way you can wash your food. You can't even see certain things like a spit or shit like that. You can't see that.
yeah, facts. I think one time I pissed off the student. I think they spit in it, but I wasn't even sure. It could have just been too much mayonnaise. Could have made like a.
Oh, something else.
And I was like,
That's
I don't know, and I just threw it away. I'm like, I'm not fucking with it. Like, it shouldn't be salt.
nasty. Like, especially in fast food restaurants, they're fucked up with the cups. They be
Yeah,
doing some crazy shit to the cups.
yeah. You never know what's going on in your milkshake.
Yeah, like look at Ready said, I did a fast food job in high school. Never again. Through they works you so hard and they pay you less too, plus
Yeah,
that.
facts, facts. That
That's
is
that's where
fast food is definitely a business that you're gonna get overworked and underpaid for sure. But nowadays, I
Mhm.
don't know. Nowadays they have good pricing on fast. Like you can go work at McDonald's for like
And some places are fucked up enough that instead of they giving you the free food because you work there, they just give you 30% off.
yeah,
Plus they're working your ass hard, you get only 30%. It's like
yeah,
what?
yeah. It's crazy out there, man. I don't mess with them. Like I said, I would hopefully never in my life have to worry about working at a fast food restaurant again. But yeah, there's some horror stories there. Um, but at the end of the day, you just it's all work experience. It's all life. You just build your own story. You write your own book. We are the authors of our own lives. What I'm saying? It's up to us to create new scenes, create new opportunities and create new endings. We have full control. It's manifestation. And, just manifest the best things you can think of in life. And 9 times out of 10, it'll come. Like, I remember being in the hood, like, I just wish I was out of here. Then I was out of there. And I was like, I wish one day I could have a big house on the hill, bunch of dogs. Next
The
thing you know, I got
American
a big
dream.
house on the hill, the dogs and everything like that. And, like, you don't even know when it happens. It just happens. And you're there. And you're like,
Yeah.
wow. It's real. It's real, man. It's real. That's one thing. I wanted the way I didn't have to work so much, so I can spend more time with my kids. And then you move here to Alabama, you get a house and a hookup deal where it's like now you don't have to worry about working so much because your bills are paid. You can hang out with your kids a lot more. You control whatever you want in your life. You just got to know what you want and, manifest it. Don't try to do it. Just say that's what you want and go every day trying to be the best person you can. You
And
know,
don't let the fear control you.
Yeah, definitely. That's one story we need to talk about fear, how fear controls a person,
It limits you.
Yeah, limits you. That's actually a really good topic. I like that. Yeah, we definitely need to get that
Because a
in.
lot of people can identify with that because for the fact a lot of people go through that.
Yeah, facts.
When you're gonna go get a job, your first day of school, all that fits in there. So
But we're at an hour and a half, You guys, thank you guys for being with us right now. We're gonna give you guys some final thoughts, Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe on all channels. You know what I'm saying? Come check us out. Leave in the comments topics you guys want to hear about. Because we want to make sure we're hitting everything that you guys want to talk about, as well as bringing you new stuff that you didn't think about talking about. But make sure you guys leave in the comments. Subscribe to all of our channels. Everything's inside the chat. You know what I'm saying? So, what you got any final words?
nothing. Follow us on platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. You can follow me in Facebook like Maricruz Ayala and my what is it? In my YouTube, Miss Maricruz, and my Instagram, Miss Maricruz. Sorry, is the dog is biting my feet.
Ah,
So it's making me disgusted. But yeah, you can follow me on my Instagram like Miss Maricruz. And yeah, don't forget to comment, subscribe, follow us, tune in, throw comments. We're here for you guys to be part of our new family, to grow this show and to get it popping.
heck yeah. So, thank you guys again. And you know what? We out.
Bye.
Peace. What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Real. I'm your host, BG, with my lovely co-host, Miss Maddie Cruz. How you doing today, girl?
Hey, good. Ready and excited for this topic. Hot topic.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.